As some of you may know, me and my buddy Sean over at Sean Plays Guitar, link in the description. Hi Sean. We do our live stream show. We've moved it recently to every Thursday. It's called Only Frets at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. You should absolutely check it out. It's a great time, great hang for about an hour of your day. If you enjoy guitar-related topics and just buddies hanging out, it's a great time. But here's the thing. Live streaming is not easy sometimes, folks. We've run into our fair share of problems as we've kind of gone on this live streaming journey on both of our channels. We've had audio issues, video issues. I think the audio issues have kind of been the biggest problem. Generally speaking, I'm using kind of a more complicated setup. I've got my interface going, I've got mics going, cables everywhere, blah, 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 blah. I've been looking for a more simple solution, and it couldn't have come at a better time when this company called Synido reached out and asked if I wanted to check out their Live Dock A20, which is essentially like a sound card, mobile recording, live streaming kind of thing that you can plug straight into your phone, tablet, or computer. And I said, absolutely, let me see if this is the solution for the problem that I've been looking for. So again, they are sponsoring this video. There are links in the description if you want to check one of these out for yourself. And let's just jump right into it. So your first question may be, why are you wearing headphones in this video, you absolute dork? Well, it's not because I'm trying to be like Steve from Boston. It's because I am actually using the Live Dock as we speak, or as I speak. So in the box, first and foremost, you do get the unit itself, you get your little aux cable there, you get the 1/4-inch adapter, and then what I think is really cool too is you get a USB-C to Lightning port. I think that's what that is, essentially what the old chargers were for the old iPhones. So no matter what you're using, you can get started right away, unless you're on something that's still got micro USB, and if that's the case, get into 2025, folks. And then you also get the quick start guide or the instruction manual, and that will detail kind of how the unit works. Now I'm gonna get some B-roll and show you my setup here. It does look like it's rather complicated, but compared to what I normally do for my live streams, this is actually very simple. And with a couple of cable ties, you can get it very well managed. And I think even if you took this out with you, on the road, or if you were, going to go podcast or live stream from a different location at a park or something, this is a very simple setup. So normally how I do my videos is how I would like to do the live stream. So I usually use my Comica shotgun mic, which is right here just out of frame. And then I normally have that USB seed into my phone, which I then do in editing where I replace the camera audio with that to get those better sounds. But in this case, what I'm doing is I'm going out of the Comica into the mic jack of the Synido. Synido? I'm gonna call it Synido because that's how it's phonetically. Anyway, then I got the headphones coming out here, the headphone port, and then I've got that USB seed into my phone, which is capturing the voice. And then we're going to hear my guitar here in just a second, which tone's coming from the Pocket Master. And again, that's it. That's all I got. Now, I will say this. You can plug this into your phone or tablet and get started right away, or your computer. If you have a USB-C port on your computer, you can do that as well. It doesn't hurt to have a couple of different adapters. Now, what I mean by that are a couple of different cables. Let's run over what the unit has on it first. So, referencing the quick start guide here, you have a Bluetooth button up there where it says BT. And again, you should be seeing some B-roll up here now. The loop back button, which I'm not entirely sure what that does. I'll have to read more on that. The MS button up there, that's mono stereo. So if you hit it and it's red, which is what I'm in now, it's stereo. Green means you go to mono. You have your mic gain right there where you have the mic and then the plus and minus. So that turns up the gain on your mic. You have a monitor, which is the little record looking thing in the middle. You just turn it. It's like a circle, it rotates, and it turns the monitor and the headphones down. You have your instrument gain there, so you have 3, 6, 12, 18, and 21 dB, so you can get things as loud or as quiet as you would like, on top of having the control, in my case, from the Pocket Master, so you have a little bit of extra control there. You have a headphone out, a microphone input, which in this case is an aux cable, so that's maybe the one downside I'll talk about in just a second, but I'll tell you how I have it going here. You have your power supply, so if you need to plug it in to an external power source, you can do that. You have your instrument input, which you would plug your guitar or whatever into. And then you have the little dot here, the little light looking thing there next to where the monitor is. That's actually like a monitoring for if it's clipping. So if it starts lighting up red, that means you're way too loud. And it's like a monitor, right? An extra monitoring system. And then the USB-C cable kind of tucks in on the side, so it tucks away nice. And you can put it into your bag or pocket or whatever. The positives of it, it's really light. It's pretty simple. Plug it in, everything works. So far, I've not had any issues with it. Here's maybe a couple of downsides with it. Now, again, this is like the most affordable of their units because they do have a couple of different units like this. So you have one instrument port, which is fine. Plug your guitar into it or plug like an amp or whatever into it, and you can get all the tones direct to that. that's fine. For the mic, this is where you could maybe run into some issues. For me, with the Comica, you have some different adapters that go with it. So you have a TRS to TRS, and then you have a TRRS to TRRS. I can never remember. And essentially, those cables are for you to plug it into your camera if your camera can take those, and you can use the mic direct into the camera and all that kind of stuff. In this case, I have to use an extender, which is here. I have this really long extension there. Sorry for the extra noise. Going into the mic here, and it works fine. So it doesn't hurt to have a couple little adapters lying around. Other than that, it works fine. I don't have any issues with it. So now let's go ahead. I've talked a lot. Let's go ahead and see what it sounds like if you were to use an instrument. So I have my Gibson SG here. I've got my Pocket Master, and it should be leveled out, so you shouldn't get your ears blown out or anything. I'm on the tuner, so let's disable that. And this is what it sounds like. Now you may notice that you're still going to hear like the actual pick noise from where you can hear it from the mic up there. Now you can hold down the middle of the mic gain, and it's a mute button. So that's kind of cool. If you're in the middle of a stream and you need to mute it or whatever, you can do that. So there's that. I don't know. I'm checking my phone now to see if that guitar signal is too loud. It's not. So, but again, I don't have any issues with how this sounds at all. You could directly plug this into your phone, set your phone up as the camera, get all of your stuff, your signal and stuff through the Synido Live Dock, Synido, I don't know, Synido is what that's what I said I was going to call it. Someone call it Synido. It sounds fine. It works. It's a really nice, simple setup. You know, and then like I said, I have the ability to go to the, in my case, the Pocket Master and just change all the tones on the fly, give it a little more volume, and then I can manage it from here as well. Now, I think this is going to be a nice, simple setup for my next live stream, which should be coming up this Thursday as of recording this video. So make sure you subscribe and tune in, and we'll talk about it more, and I'll kind of give you my experience on that. Because again, you can plug this into a computer. So I'm gonna try to plug it into the computer and try to get some more of the connections going there. But I gotta say, I really like how this setup is. I like how it sounds. I don't have any issues with it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you maybe, if you were looking at one of these, this maybe convince you to pick one of these up. Again, links in the description down there. Check out all that information in the description as always. My name's Jonathan. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Till next time, guys, I'll catch you maybe on our live stream. Take care.